Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the brand new version of the APS3 emulator, the version 1.24, and finding out how well does it actually work. Now, ever since APS3 emulator went open source on its official GitHub, you guys can see regular updates have been provided by the developer. The most recent update, the version 1.24, was released about 2 days ago, and when you open this emulator, you will notice that now it has a dark theme which is really presentable. Let's just go ahead and tap on these 3 lines and start setting it up. If you are new to PS3 emulation on Android, basically APS3 is the first unofficial port of the RPCS3 PS3 emulator for Android, and it is completely capable of emulating PS3 games. Now to start off, you'll need to import your PS3 firmware. Afterwards, import either your PS3 ISO games or PKG games inside this emulator. I have already imported the God of War 3 demo as well as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Let's start with the changelog of this emulator. What's new in this update? So basically, there has been a brand new section which is added known as update log. Now this is completely in Chinese, but we'll just go ahead and hold it to check out the changes from the version 1.22 to version 1.24. So let's translate it. You guys will be able to see some crashing issues have been fixed. Along with that, game detection compatibility has been fixed, along with optimized main menu interface, invalid key mapping issue, along with that unified interface style, fix arrow keys and joystick, as well as create separate configuration for games. So now you can create separate configuration for games and create their own settings. For example, if you just go ahead and hold the game which you want to try, you can simply tap on edit custom configuration, and here you guys can choose the settings for that specific game, because as you know, God of War E3 demo requires the write color buffers and read color buffer settings tick marked for it to work with proper graphical output, whereas if you enable this option, then obviously the performance drops down, and if you try out some other game and these options would be turned on, then that would be pretty bad. Make sure to set the shader precision to low. Afterwards, renderers should be Vulkan, resolution should be 720 by 480p. Afterwards, scroll down until you find this text to display area option. Once that has been done, scroll down some more until you find the resolution scaling option, and make sure to turn down the resolution scaling to around 50% for best amount of performance possible. Once that has been done, you can also enable performance overlay by tapping on enable button. If you go to the Vulkan sections, you can also import custom graphics driver by enabling the use custom driver option. Other than that, you don't really need to do anything else. We'll go to core and PPU threads, make sure to set it to 8. So those are the best settings for the APS3 emulator Android, and as I mentioned before, the developer is providing regular updates, so this emulator keeps on improving, whereas the RPCSX Emulator Android, the best PS3 emulator for Android, has not really received any major updates since the past 2 months. I don't know what happened with the development of that emulator, but let's start off by testing out our first game, which is going to be God of War 3 demo. We'll find out if finally the performance improvements are there, because I remember when I tested out the previous versions of APS3 emulator, it used to lag quite a lot. Like seriously, I used to get 3 to 5 FPS on this emulator, whereas in RPCSX Android I used to get really amazing performance. So let's see if the performance matches now, so we can finally make a fair gameplay comparison test between both of those emulators as well. One thing which I have noticed is compiling PPU models is not taking that much time. It is pretty quick on my Snapdragon 8 Elite processor Android device, which is the Realme GT7 Pro, and there we go, building SPU cache has been completed successfully. At the top left corner is the FPS bar, and we have the compiling shaders. Let's wait for a few seconds until our game boots. There we go, Sony Computer Entertainment presents. One of the cool features which I really like about the APS3 emulator are the on-screen touch controls timeout. So basically, if you don't touch the screen for a few seconds, they automatically disappear. This is actually very good if you are seeing cutscene of some PS3 games. It will make your gameplay experience much more immersive. Now unfortunately, from what I can see at the top left corner, it's about 1 to 2 FPS, which means for some reason the performance hasn't been improved at all. Thought the FPS would be better, because APS3 emulator has finally launched officially or globally, even on Play Store, but the performance is still trash. We'll try restarting this emulator to see if it works better this time or not. And now guys, off camera I tried opening this game multiple times, but it just kept on crashing, so we'll be trying out Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm instead. So here we go, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm is about to begin, and even now you guys will be able to see I'm just seeing a black screen. I don't know if it is compiling shaders or not, but let's wait for a few seconds. I restarted the game and it finally booted. So there we go, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm demo. Let's just go ahead and start this ASAP, and I want to find out if this game works smoothly or not, because for some reason God of War might be the only game which lags inside this emulator. The demo version, that too not the full version. Our game has successfully started, and for some reason you guys can see this game is working absolutely fine without any FPS delays or lags. So I think it's only the God of War E3 demo which is lagging quite a lot inside this emulator. Other than that, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm is working without any issue, which means some of the other PS3 games should also work at decent FPS. Just don't try out God of War. But that shouldn't be the case because in other emulator it doesn't lag. I actually had high expectations for the APS3 emulator because it's actually pretty decent. But regardless, that's what APS3 is right now, and I hope that gets fixed in its upcoming updates. That's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.